Good morning. It is 4:39 a.m. on a beautiful Tuesday, I believe. Or is it Wednesday already? Wednesday. Wednesday, the 25th of April, 2018. I haven't made a video in a minute. I got raided the 22nd of February, shutting down the marijuana cultivation at my house, with the laws now canceling out Prop 215 that we as marijuana patients that have been fighting for this freedom have been growing under. The 612, but then you have that extended 99 plant license that you were able to work, find your strains, find your genetics, maybe start a little bit more than you need to really, you know how nature is if you're a gardener farmer. It's all about finding that special one. So we're in this beautiful industry at the very, very beginning of it. Multi-billion dollar company, corporation, industry, commodity, compared to hay, from what I understand, just simple hay, $9 billion industry, simple hay. So we do need material. We need not just the material. With hay, yes, it's food. I'm sure it's other parts of commodities that we need, but with marijuana, it's a little different. I'm not going to get into that. That's in another movie, a video. The ones that understand what marijuana is understand how much it's needed, and all these regulations are not making any sense at all. As much as they want to tighten up the black market, legalizing the black market, if that makes any sense, and legal money now, keeping away the wannabes black markets. We'll just say that. The little tadpoles that we, as an industry, corporation, businessmen, thinking on a business level, don't want tadpoles to grow up. Walmart wants to be Walmart. Walmart doesn't want 10,000 grocery business owners. And on the big scale level, especially with this world, it makes complete sense. Especially if you're going to have it dotted I's and crossed T's, passed, cleared, pest controlled, FDA approved. Quality control is the key. And safety. A lot has to do with business. And this world is growing. We as human race shouldn't, but even see it, understanding. Or we don't want to understand it, but it's just there. So, having breakfast, some coffee, some Russian deli meat, some tasty bread, very, very delicious bread. Actually imported from Germany, I believe, somewhere from that area, and it comes half-baked, frozen, and then you throw it in this oven, specially made to cook inside out and a little quicker, specifically for these loaves. They've been playing with the oven, baking the other flours and stuff, and it's working out pretty well. Anyways, long story short, I am relapsing, is that what they call it? Oh no, relapsing is if you get back to what you're trying to quit. I am giving it a hard effort. Hard effort. When you're binge drinking, you're drinking because you don't even want to drink anymore. You're binge drinking for either a reason or you're just, it's always a reason. Whatever your motives are. And with a binge drinker, you're just pushing yourself to your limits. I mean, enough's enough. Whatever the reasons is, whatever it is that I have the option to make a change, if that makes any sense. I have my own house. If I really needed to sell the house and like, okay, I need to save my life. I'm selling this house. I need to get out of the city. I need to get out of these vibes. I need to move on to better things. Because with money now, I'll be able to restart this life. And employment-wise, well, you gotta have money. You need a reason to live. You need that motive. You need to start circulating revenue to be able to enjoy life. If that makes any sense. Even if you don't have a house or even a job, you've got to find that money to be able to. Well, we have a system, EBT government, America. I was just talking to an acquaintance that I met a few years ago. Used to live in my area. Met him on the other side of town, where he's getting SSI as well, and that's the only reason he's not starving and out there doing something not right just to get a full stomach, if that makes any sense. Long story short, just like this bus system, transportation, it's all working, it's all got its routine. Pieces that are missing or don't want to get in place, they're not even messing anything up. It's more of not progressing anything up, not progressing, not making things better. It's not fixing nothing. It could even be downgrading it from you not caring as much for your bus route, being late at bus stops, and having people that are trying to live this life that they're trying to get back in order are now maybe stressed out or unmotivated or whatever the reasons is, late, not making their ends meet. And that's just chain reaction. Not just, it is a chain reaction to one thing to another, and just moves on and on and on and on. That's life. I understand. Bottom line, moderation's key. Nothing wrong with enjoying the beautiful fermentation of liquids. And nothing wrong with whatever other body feelings we are enjoying, as long as we're not abusing it and everything's in the right moderation. Bottom line, I'm talking to myself. I'm not saying anybody should do anything or listen to me. And the only reason I'm even doing these videos is I wish my father, now not with me, in 2004, had at least one video for me. Or just the grandpa videos. The grandpa used to record with those big VHS camcorders. Good times. I guess my most biggest point, I guess, in this video that comes to my mind, nothing's outlined, I just go with the flow. Whatever the heart's telling me to say, the mind speaks for it. Souls are beautiful, how vibes are connected. 8 minutes into this video, I don't want to bore you. I want to give you some cookies, if that makes any sense, some dessert, something to think for. And I don't know which way to go or how to drop it on you or even what to say at the moment. It all flows. Hope in a good way. Oh my God. I'm not frustrated. I am not frustrated. Running away from the city is going to be like cheating on not even my wife, not even my family. It'd be cheating on God. I'd be like pushing the plug on God. Why do I make it so big? Is because Sacramento, it doesn't need me. Sacramento doesn't need nobody. Sacramento has itself. The valley got itself. The valley's not going anywhere. Lake Tahoe water, body of water, is not going to just flush right through and all of a sudden there's not going to be any water problems or issues. The levees are, anyways, I'm not going to get into this. I'm not leaving Sacramento. I'm more of not even moving on. I'm expanding beyond Sacramento. Understanding that Sacramento really needs me, and the part that they needed was for my knowledge, spirit, soul, body, human soul, to understand not just the system government in a world or in America or in such a structured, very family oriented, Christian, religious type of immigrational backgrounds coming together in a first world country. I mean, we're talking, man, America's God have mercy. We are, yes, importing everything from other countries, yes, providing somewhat of some kind of money, currency to other countries that, yes, don't have maybe as high of a pay rate than us because they don't have as high of hamburgers to sell than we do. And they're living, and this and that is not going to be as expensive as us, and this and that. There's reasons for the prices and the big money difference in currency. But bottom line, America has helped me realize that Sacramento in general has made me realize that life isn't as easy or as planned out or as negative even as it seems. With news recently and all these stuff going on, economy and people trying to find jobs and people are losing jobs, government's going out of business, we don't know what's going on. Bottom line, there isn't going to be no World War II invasion, Hiroshima bombing type of deal situation. It's going to be boom, get your gas masks out. My theory. Of course, I don't know the whole consequence, the whole equation. But that's all I can really think of if the round table really wanted to clean things up. And that'd make no sense. Having your 100,000 scientists, athletes, best of the best talents safe. And even 100,000, that's a lot. And that's 100,000 babies, if you think about it. Children already somewhere in hospitals, in their incubators. Because naturally you can now do a lot of things with technology. All they need is sperm donations. And really ovaries. They don't even need the fucking human, excuse my French. When I say they, the government, the system, the corporation, sooner, I pray not later, not someone like, though, me, with this mindset, with not brainwashed, not like infused with, not somebody, motivating me, but me still having my sense of love for humans, my sense and passion and drive for business, for the systems, to get it better, to want to dial things in third world countries and second world countries, and yes, at the same time, design a car, transportation, make it solar powered, simple, allow the homeless person on the streets who's been homeless and drinking for years now have the ability to travel to Cancun and have that same bottle he's been drinking or can on the streets in Cancun. And not just because art now is promising this and that, and let's vote for art so I can go on this Cancun trip just because I'm homeless. No, apparently you're homeless because the system hasn't acquired or created an atmosphere that's even possible. I was going to say comfortable, but it's not even possible to work in. Besides work, if y'all could see the school system, yes, you've been in school 25, 30 years ago. You have no idea what we are going through, us kids, in these classrooms. YouTube is teaching us. No disrespect to professors, but YouTube is teaching us. YouTube is school. So if the system is that simple now, a YouTube is teaching us, really, and some handout paperwork, lectures, literature. I mean, here you go. Here's your YouTube lecture, literature. I'm about to cut this video off real quick because I hit points that I don't want you to be bored. I don't want you to panic. I want you to understand, grasp a big concept that really, when you start picking it apart, we're going to wipe the fuck out of this cancer. With technology, not abused. With robots and computers doing diagnostics on human souls, if that makes any sense. For all we care, monthly. Because it's just one of those, reoccurring updates, like on an iPhone. And my wish, if there is any higher power, not just trying to throw money around, not just trying to be some comedian, happy vibe, energy person. So much that I see that I'm just like, man, be better, be bigger, do more than what we are doing, if that makes any sense. Because I'm not batting anybody. I'm not saying just because you're happy, you're a movie star, you're a, what do you call them, celebrity, and you're having too much fun, you look like you're having, everything's amazing, isn't right. No, it's right. What you're doing, enjoying life, is actually exactly what we need to be doing. It's more of, why aren't things getting done a little quicker? For my community college at American River College that I attended 4 years ago for a few gardening classes to understand the concept of a little bit of how farming works, because that simple literature is getting harder to find or even to understand because it's not A, B, and C. And whenever I was asking around, some simple things with about the A, B's, and C's. Not that they were doing this on purpose. No, why would anybody want to misguide me or anything? But I was trying to connect the FWs with the CQs and the AGs and the equaling quees. I mean, it was unbelieved. The routines and what I was trying to understand, and with the elements, the macros and micros, and the hourly, the flip lights, the 1212s, the 18.6, the 24s, the 1410 even. So cycles of how to feed what, how to crop master it, transplant roots, clip, what, the roots, the plants, top dressing, teas, composts, biology, micros, macros. I mean, God have mercy. I already said macros and microbes. So much that we are still going to be learning with agar and tissue culture. God have mercy. I can take some fresh lettuce right now that was harvested 2 weeks ago, sitting in the fridge, and lettuce, because it's still fresh, it has cells. I take a little bit of that lettuce cell, I put it in tissue culture agar. It's a solution. It's like soil, but soil is going to dry out. You got to water soil. It's It's a little bit different solution. Agar is like this liquid gel that already has the food in it. It already has the moisture, but not moisture where it's going to get nasty. It's enough moisture to keep everything moving and growing. Enough strong, organic hormones in it for the plants to need to do its thing, that the lettuce cells will create the roots. As the cells will create the roots, now it's getting food from that gel that's naturally in there, or they put it in, but it's whatever. Long story short, creates the actual flower, the cell, or the lettuce. So much that's going to be only innovated and understood. Think about it. 1900s, cowboy days. Henry Ford, and where we're at now. So think about it. 2100. Where will we be flying, transporting, transmoving, flying, jet shooting, rockets, teleporting for all we know, in the future? What are we going to be eating with all this crossbreeding? Not even natural anymore. Infertile civilization, or whatever you want to call it. And with technology, I mean, long story short, moderation's key. Who's controlling that moderation? From what I understand, Facebook is even getting out of hand. And how that's getting controlled with privacy. Advertising. Oh God, don't get me started on the music. I'm not disappointed in you. Leaders.